Hi friends, it's Meredith with Pop Vintage and Home, and it's the middle of the night and I can't sleep. I hope you guys can hear me because I'm whispering, because obviously I don't want to wake anyone in my house up. But let's see, it's about 10 minutes past 3 in the morning, Saturday morning, the weekend of Memorial Day, and here it is the weekend and I can't sleep. This probably happens to me at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, where I'm able to fall asleep, but I can't stay asleep. Something wakes me up. I wake up out of a dream, or one of my pets wakes me up, or in this case, I have a cold, and I think I was waking up because my cold was bothering me. But once I wake up, I typically start thinking about work and worrying about work, and I can't get back to sleep. In this case, I don't know what the issue was, but I'm just going to sit here and drink my sleepy time tea and try to make some fabric washi tape. I've never done this before. So we'll see if I can do that, and hopefully I'll get tired enough to fall back to sleep soon. And I'm hoping that if you find yourself awake in the middle of the night one night, you will fire up the kettle and steep some sleepy time tea, and maybe you'll watch this video and maybe it'll help you relax and get back to sleep. So, here we are. I'm just going to take a sip of tea. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, or whenever you watch this video. I have some tape here that I bought from Amazon. It was recommended to me by Danielle at 11 Dancing Dandelions. So Danielle, thanks for the recommendation. This is double-sided tape from a vendor or manufacturer called AJ Sign World. It's 1-inch double-sided tape. And if you've never been to 11 Dancing Dandelions, the channel, I'd encourage you to definitely check it out, because Danielle is an incredibly talented junk journal maker. She makes absolutely beautiful journals that are so on theme and so exquisitely perfect and lovingly stitched and detail-oriented. Beautiful focus on color and patterns and textures. I just love her journals, and I love her videos and find them very relaxing. All right. Here we go. Okay, I've got some fabric scraps in this little vintage jelly jar, and I've got some other fabrics piled up around me, so let's see what we can do. This is going to be either an interesting or insightful or hopelessly boring window into my debilitating creative process. I tend to overthink things and second guess things until I end up in a state of paralysis and accomplish nothing. Let me know if you can relate to this in the comments. Between the cold and the talking, I'm very thirsty. Let's see. This is from a shirt that I wore for years until it ripped. And I loved this shirt. I got it years ago at Forever 21, and the fabric is just so soft at this point after so many years of washing. This is very sticky tape. Let's see. Have you guys ever made your own fabric washi tape? How do you guys do it? I'm sure there are different approaches and processes, and I'd love to know what other people do. These fabrics I'm using, I got from mostly estate sales, but this one that I'm applying right now, I found at my local Goodwill. For me, local estate sales are the best source of vintage fabrics. I can usually find vintage fabrics at the estate sales around where I live, which is awesome. The estate sales in my area, I'm in the Northeast, I'm in northern New England, and the estate sales around my little town are great, and I feel very, very fortunate for that. How are the estate sales where you guys live? Do you go to them? Are they good? Are you able to find a lot of awesome vintage stuff? And if I have any experienced junk journal makers watching, please give me some tips in the comments. I am very new to this and very clumsy, as you can see. So I'm definitely open to tips from the experts. Ooh, this tape is very sticky and my fingers are sticking to it. All right. Let's see. I'm just going through some of my fabric that's out of frame. I've got a lot of this purple fabric, so I think I'll cut a bit of this up to put on my washi. perfect. There's some pieces that are already just some pieces I can use. Sorry for my sniffling. Let's see, my washi tape is about 1 inch. So I guess I should try to cut 1 inch pieces or 1/2 inch pieces. I don't have a ruler. Let's see. It's now 21 minutes past 3 a.m. and I'm still not at all tired. I'm gonna have to make myself another cup of tea. These pinking shears I found at my local Goodwill, which I was so psyched about. I think I got them for $5 because, you know, normally pinking shears are pretty expensive. So I was so psyched when I found these. It was a score. Have you guys thrifted anything good lately? My local Goodwill is hit or miss, and I guess they probably are all that way. But when I score there, I usually score big, which is nice. The thrift stores in my area are not great. There's only really the one Goodwill that's close to me, and it's about a 20-25 minute drive away. I live in a rural area. Apart from that Goodwill, there's not a lot else. So during the spring and summer, I really rely on the estate sales to get what I need for junk journal supplies and just also for other vintage items for my home. I went to an awesome estate sale last weekend and I posted a haul video from it. It was my first ever video on my YouTube channel, so check it out, even though it's complete amateur hour, because I got a lot of good stuff. It was a really awesome estate sale. Let's see, what else do I have in here? My stomach is growling. Ah, this one. There we go. Oh, sticking fingers. Oh dear. What do you guys think? Are you totally bored? Have you abandoned the video and looked for something more exciting? If you have, I don't blame you, but just remember the intent of this video is to put you and me to sleep. Okay. I guess I should have ironed this fabric. Truth be told, folks, I am kind of lazy. Let's see, what do you guys think of this? It's kind of nothing special, but that's all right. Let's see. This fabric I just put down is like a terry cloth. It looks like it was probably purchased to make towels. Or maybe a bathrobe. I don't know. I was watching one of Danielle's more recent videos earlier in the evening, Friday evening. She made these beautiful fabric journals out of vintage sheets, and she had all kinds of like snippet rolls that she made into pockets and tuck spots. And the way she makes her snippets, I mean, it's so pretty. Her work is so pretty, and she's just so creative, and she puts so much thought into it, and she uses like little pieces of trim. She'll break up the bits of fabric with little pieces of rickrack and other trims, and it looks so nice. Let's see. Okay. This here. It's like putting a puzzle together, isn't it? Let's see. There. I probably should have cut this before I put it on. My stomach is really growling. I moved my crafting operation here into my kitchen because my craft table is in my kids' playroom, and the playroom is right under my son's bedroom, and I did not want to risk waking him up in the middle of the night. Okay, looking through my other fabrics. This is pretty. I think I'll cut a piece of this to use. Let's see. Aha. I haven't used a lot of fabric in my journals in the past because for a long while, I didn't have a sewing machine, and I also didn't have a huge supply of vintage fabrics. I still don't have a huge supply compared to what other people have. But I'm starting to build a little vintage fabric stash, and so between having a bigger stash and also having a sewing machine now, I'm trying to do more with fabric in my journals. It is such a nice touch, and I feel like it really is something that makes the journals that so many of the makers that I admire stand out. It really helps make them special. So that's why I'm spending all of this tedious, boring time cutting fabric on camera. All right, I'm just gonna do a little bit more, and then I'm gonna shut the camera off and just sip my tea and think happy thoughts and try and get back to sleep. Because it's the weekend and I need to be sleeping and relaxing. My day job is very stressful. For me anyway. I'm sure there are more stressful jobs out there. I work for a tech company, and the pace at tech companies is fast and intense, and it's hard to keep up with. And I work full time, not exactly by you do what you have to do. Yeah, so this the junk journaling has become my creative outlet and my take me away from the stress. It helps me forget about work because I can just focus on the intensely creative and enjoyable task at hand. You guys will probably, as I record more videos, and if you decide to come back and watch more, I'm sure you'll hear me complain about my job fairly often. It's tough. But I'm lucky to have a job. And I'm lucky to have a job that allows me to go to estate sales on weekends and score big hauls. So I try to count my blessings. All right. What shall we do next? Wrong scissors. Let's see. Ooh, sticking fingers. This is very sticky tape. Let's see. This is a good spot for a piece of trim. Maybe I think I'm gonna stop here. Thanks for watching. If you've made it to this point in the video, thank you. If I've bored you to tears, I'm sorry, and I hope you'll come back despite that. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Good night.